You ever thought about our schools being the largest restaurant chain in the country? Up next, we talk with Dan Spatz of Healthy Flavors.
We're trying to play our role in the farm to school movement, getting nutritious food into the schools. And it's healthy flavors, right? So it's all about health.
We're continuing our conversation about getting healthy meals to kids in school. We're here with Dan Spatz. Now you are with Healthy Flavors. What is that?
Healthy Flavors is actually two farms in one. So in Tennessee, we've got a Culinary herb farm down in Eagleville and south of Nashville. And in Arkansas, we have my family's legacy farm. And so yeah, we're trying to play our role in the farm to school movement, getting nutritious food into the schools. And it's healthy flavors, right? So it's all about health.
Okay, so you're involved in getting local food into schools. How did this all start?
Well, you know, I grew up in Arkansas and I guess long story short, wound up in a corporate food career. And so it was a highly branded, highly global, you know, supply chains all over the place. And when I really got into some of the upper level management, they sent us on some leadership training and they gave me a book and it was all about health and nutrition. And I realized that nobody in my life had ever explained to me or talked to me about health and nutrition the way this book did. And so I realized that food had a different role in what we were doing. And when my wife and I moved back to the Franklin, Eagleville area, there was this Culinary herb farm for sale. And I figured if there's any better way to get you know, kids eating more nutritious food, flavoring with herbs, and we grow 12 varieties of culinary herbs, that's a great way to flavor your food and make it natural and nutritious.
For the philosophy of working in the corporate food to now you're growing herbs, I mean, what clicked?
What clicked was the entrepreneur in me. And the realization that, you know, I had an opportunity, but I think farmers have an opportunity to be stronger leaders in their communities. And that's the role we wanted to play, was we don't want to look at the problem and just say, healthcare is out of control, right? 18% of our economy is in healthcare. We got obesity, diabetes. We've got lots of challenges that we're struggling with as people. What do we do about it? Do we keep sending our money to the hospital, buying pharmaceuticals? No, there's solutions here.
You think a big part of that is starting with the kids in the schools?
Absolutely. I think about it like this. So food used to be an acquired taste. When you went to grandma's house on Sunday afternoon, that's where you learned what you like to eat. And today, I say it's mostly instant gratification because a lot of the food we get is packaged. It's, you know, it's been put through these processes and it's been, frankly, mutilated versus the way we used to eat 100 years ago.
So you want to go back to just like less distance between where the food was grown and where it's being eaten, not just physically, but like kind of as far as you like said, it was processed.
And because our food and our taste and our culture is so ingrained in how we grew up, if we don't start with our kids, we're not going to be able to get back to the future.
You think that's the key is to, because old people like me are going to stick with my chicken McNuggets.
Yeah, that's right. So we got to start with your kids. But yeah, no, it's, if you think about it, Rob, 100 years ago, all these states, they used to feed themselves. Where'd grandma go to get her Sunday dinner, right? She went down to the market. There's the milk, the dairy right there in town. They dropped the milk off on her doorstep. You know, the food was local. And because it was local, it was fresher, more nutritious, and so we need to get back to more of that. I think we need to redefine the role of farming, the image of farming, right? And start to think about how farmers can play that important role, build relationships, you know, and really contribute to their local communities, because when we do the style of farming that is connecting relationships with local consumers, it's going to take more people. It's going to take job creation in rural areas to make this happen.
You talk about like a pilot program. is that where the farmers are getting connected with the schools?
Well, farm to school, it's been described as a movement, right? And I would look at farm to school as kind of a pick your own adventure, if you will.
Love those books,
And
by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And pick your own adventure, right? And a pilot program, every single school is a pilot program. It's going to take leadership from the local child nutrition directors, from the local farmers, from concerned parents to get involved and to make this happen.
So, like, what type of things are you sending to a school?
Right. So we would love to get more herbs into the schools. In Arkansas, we're doing purple hull peas, which is also a source
Doing what?
of purple hull peas.
Purple whole peas.
You don't know what a southern pea is? You're from Illinois. Oh, man.
I know what the Yankee pea is.
Well, a purple pea, it's like a black-eyed pea.
Okay.
There's a lot of varieties, actually, which is another thing we're missing in the food supply. You got purple hull, you've got Crowder peas, you've got cream-style peas, you've got zipper peas. There's a whole range of taste and flavors that we've forgotten about, frankly.
Okay.
Yeah, but we're doing peas, we're doing squashes, summer and winter squash, we're
Okay.
doing greens, lettuce, mustard, turnip greens.
And kids eat those?
Absolutely.
Do they like them?
It's kind of like rediscovering. So we do a lot of taste testing in farm to school, and these are tastes that they haven't gotten at home, and so it's an opportunity, and you'd be surprised, how much they would just take a raw turnip and
You're
gnaw down.
kidding me, a turnip?
Absolutely.
See, that's what I would worry about because, I mean, the kids have grown up on mac and cheese like morning, noon, and night, right?
I know.
And now you're trying to give them a turnip.
know.
I would think they would be so reluctant to try it that
Yeah.
it wouldn't even work, but you're saying it's not.
Have you ever taken an ear of sweet corn and just ripped it off, shucked it, and just eaten it right there in the field?
No.
Nothing like that.
You got to boil that thing, man.
Why?
Well, can you get a whole stick of butter on every ear? Because that's how Grandma made it for me.
It's awesome. It's just, that's what I love doing this, being out in the field and getting food that's fresh and yeah. No, because you're right. I mean, we've come to expect that if that turnip isn't scrubbed and sanitized and washed down and highly cooked and boiled, and every single step of that, peeling the carrot, right? The nutrition is in the peel of the carrot. The nutrition is in the peel of the potato.
So when you take them like I don't know, whatever, the herb, the squash or that, I mean, is it just, are they eating it raw?
Well, they can, right? And that's a lot of what we try to do in taste testing, to expose the kids, to show them, where their food is coming from, how it's grown, and then they're tasting it, they're trying it. By the time you get to the cafeteria, we're not doing those things necessarily, although salad bars are making a comeback. You'd be surprised at how many schools are putting salad bars in and things
Really?
like that. Absolutely.
So you're talking to probably a bunch of production crop farmers here in this audience, and is there a way that they can work together with what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a classic row crop farmer, one of the things and this is what we're doing at our farm in Arkansas, we've got 400 acres, right? We're too small to really do row crops and do it economically, so we've taken some edge fields and spaces where, we're not gonna get mixed up with, the spraying and everything like that. A couple acres here, got a 10-acre field over there, and that's a way I think that people doing big row crop kind of farming can get involved.
So there's going to be people out there that look at you and go, man, I want to do that. I want to do that, but I have no damn idea how to grow anything. What advice would you give them?
First of all, reach out to your local people. I know Extension in Tennessee and Arkansas has been great. They're very helpful. This whole thing, the farm to school movement, there are groups of people, even like your preppers and things. If you think about that whole movement, they're getting more interested in growing their own food, and there's resources out there. Just reach out.
Dan Spatz, where can people find you? Like internet, social media, all that stuff?
Yeah, you can go to healthyflavors.net.
I like what you're doing. And I like how you're working with, conventional agriculture. I like how your goal is to get kids healthy so that they can be healthy adults, which is going to lead to a healthy country, right? We need to address this, and you are addressing it head on.
Really important.
Yeah.
Rob, thank you for your time. Yeah.
Yep. Dan, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for spending some time with us here on Shark Farmer TV. For more stories about people in agriculture, catch my shows on Rural Radio Channel 147 Sirius XM. There's more in-depth discussions on my podcast, and of course, you can check out previous episodes of this show on my YouTube channel. Find out more at sharkfarmer.com. Tennessee and Arkansas. So when you go to one or the other, do you have to talk differently?
Yeah, that Tennessee upscale accent, right? When I grew up in Arkansas, this place was like highfalutin, you know?